Straight ahead on 12 News, take a closer look. That's not a painting. We're in Robbinsdale to show you artwork cut to perfection, plus a push to expand opportunities for youth. But to do that, Brooklyn Park says it needs a little extra help. But first, an unusual theft case that preyed on a woman who ended up dying. 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Brooklyn Center police are looking for a thief who snatched a woman's purse after she fell ill and lost consciousness. The victim died the next day. As Sonia Goins reports, it's a difficult circumstance for the family, made worse by a crime.
This is 50-year-old Kimberly Elgren Rehalt during happier moments. She loved spending time with her family. She also liked to garden, birdwatch, and loved animals. Sadly, Kim won't get to do those things again. She died in her sleep at her Brooklyn Center home on Wednesday night. Her family says she suffered respiratory problems, making it hard for her to leave the house. But on Tuesday afternoon, she went to this laundromat in Brooklyn Center. That's where she got sick and passed out.
A patron at the business called about a female having a medical emergency. Officers responded.
While Kim lost consciousness and before police arrived, someone took advantage of the situation. Witnesses say they saw someone take her purse.
They saw the person snatch the purse. There wasn't any force used. There wasn't any type of assault or robbery. He just snatched the purse and left.
This surveillance picture shows a man walking out with Kim's purse.
It's a tragedy because somebody was obviously suffering from a medical emergency, and you would like to think that you would be offering help to that person.
Kim's family is on a mission to find the purse. They posted this message on Facebook, and it's gone viral. They're asking the thief to return the purse. They don't want cash or credit cards. They say other items inside are priceless.
Items in her purse included a cell phone with several photos, other family mementos.
Kim's family says that they've gotten emails from all over the world because of the Facebook post, restoring their hope in humanity. In Brooklyn Center, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
The Brooklyn Center Crime Stoppers is offering a $500 reward for information leading to an arrest. In Brooklyn Park, firefighters were able to contain a fire in an apartment building on 63rd Avenue and County Road 81. Nobody was home when the fire broke out in a bedroom, damaging one apartment unit. There was heavy smoke, but the rest of the building is okay. It's not clear how the fire started. Rogers police are warning about trailer thefts, the latest happening outside a business. This is a photo of a trailer recently stolen from Minneapolis Trailer Sales in Rogers. A customer had dropped it off for repairs. Police say there have been at least 2 other thefts like it in Rogers and several other trailer thefts reported across the metro. Rogers police say a person driving a silver Chevy Silverado crew cab truck similar to the one you see here may be responsible for some of the thefts. And if you have any information, you are urged to contact Rogers police. There's a construction delay in Maple Grove to warn you about. The ramp from Interstate 94 to southbound 494 was supposed to open this week, but MnDOT now says it will stay closed until at least Monday, October 26th. MnDOT cites issues with a bypass road. They'll fix the problem later this month when southbound lanes on 494 are planned to be closed anyway. Brooklyn Park is looking to expand opportunities for youth. However, to do that, it needs extra help. And as Eric Nelson reports, the city is hoping to get private donations to meet future demands.
Too much idle time can spell trouble for some kids, which is why Brooklyn Park wants them involved.
We know that when young people participate in good quality programs, it has a really long-lasting impact.
Brooklyn Park's Youth Scholarship Program is a lifeline for Kim Carpenter and her kids.
Parents are, not worried about where they're at.
Because they qualify for significant discounts, Carpenter can enroll her children in after-school and rec programs.
What that means is that they've had access to safe space, caring adults, they're exercising.
And we're lucky in Brooklyn Park that we have really good youth recreation programs. And so we want to get as many kids as we can involved in those programs.
Those programs allow Carpenter and other parents to focus on day-to-day chores.
It gives me time to do, other things like wash clothes.
And their stress level drops.
So far, this program has been a success. There's been a 30% jump in youth participation here in Brooklyn Park from last year to this year.
Because you realize that you don't just have to do schoolwork, you can do other fun stuff after school.
Brooklyn Park is satisfied with the program and has now issued a call out to get more funding.
We'd like to raise $10,000 to $20,000 in the next year.
Brooklyn Park wants private donations from companies, groups, or individuals. In Carpenter's eyes, it's a gift worth giving.
When you create a successful design for the most marginalized members of a community, you create a better system for everybody.
In Brooklyn Park, I'm Eric Nelson, Channel 12 News.
And donations can be dropped off at the Brooklyn Park Community Activity Center. These programs are available to kids 17 or younger. A $1 million grant will help bring healthy foods to the door of those who can't get to their local food shelf. The food group in New Hope received a $70,000 grant from Hunger Solutions Minnesota. They plan to expand their mobile food shelf to serve 3 more subsidized housing units and double the amount of food they distribute.
People who are disabled, maybe they're elderly, maybe they don't have the financial means to own a car or to use local bus routes, aren't able to get to a food shelf. So our mobile food shelf enables them to be able to access really good, healthy foods.
The grant comes through funding approved by the state legislature. The Cross Food Shelf in Rogers and SEEP in Brooklyn Center also received grants. Still ahead, extra help for kids struggling with their mental health. See what's opening soon in Brooklyn Center. And then later in sports, highlights from a big playoff night in prep soccer. But first, a cooler weekend. Saturday, we will barely reach 50 degrees. A push to help kids suffering with mental health issues will get a boost in the Northwest Metro. Students battling depression and anxiety will soon have a space in Brooklyn Center to attend classes. As Delane Cleveland reports, the move will help address a growing demand for services.
Within the spacious confines of the Eisenhower Community Center in Hopkins,
we have been around since 1983.
Is a school that served an important need for kids who have been diagnosed with mental health issues.
Most of our kids have depression or anxiety. Some of them have ADHD, autism spectrum disorder, and other kinds of things.
Lori Mosier is the program director for Headway Emotional Health Services, which is part school, part adolescent day treatment program for students in grades 7 through 12.
We help kids who are feeling suicidal on a regular basis. So they come here and they learn coping techniques and self-regulation techniques so they can go to school and not feel as anxious as they would in a regular school.
The classrooms are empty today due to MEA week, But it's a program that, for better or worse, has grown over the years because teachers and parents are getting better at recognizing the warning signs.
I've got kids from Isanti to Hutchinson, Rosemont to Shakopee, so really kids come from all over.
However, all that growth has presented both space and transportation issues. But a project underway in Brooklyn Center should help.
We have been looking for a location to expand in the north or northwest suburbs because that's a highly underserved population.
To serve that population, Headway is investing a couple $100,000 to open a second adolescent day treatment program in Brooklyn Center's Minnesota School of Business building.
It's a really exciting opportunity for Headway. It's a really exciting opportunity for the families that we serve.
An opportunity that will mean shorter commute times for some and helpful services for all.
Right now, demand exceeds our capacity, so opening in Brooklyn Center, we're going to be able to help twice as many kids as we can now, so I'm very excited for that.
In Hopkins, Delane Cleveland, 12 News.
Officials from Headway hope to have the Brooklyn Center location open by mid-November. The plan is to serve 40 students there and 40 students in Hopkins. Well, coming up, amazing works of art created just using paper and a pair of scissors. But first, Armstrong gets set to kick off the football playoffs after a strong regular season. Jay Wilcox has the details next in sports. Well, if you're going to a football game tonight, Friday night, man, you better bundle up and take a blanket or something. But the games will be good.
Yeah, that's right. It should be an interesting night. First round of the 6A playoffs, but definitely going to be a little chilly, too. The Class 6A playoffs do get started on Friday night. Armstrong has had its best season in over a decade, and the Falcons are hoping to carry that over into the playoffs. Armstrong went 6-2 in the regular season, their first winning season since 2004. And the two teams that beat them, Spring Lake Park and Cooper, are a combined 14-2. It's been a fun season so far.
Yeah, we're pretty excited what we did so far. We came a long way since last season, 3-5, and we shocked a lot of people, and we're very proud with our performances.
It really is big strides that we've made, as a program. Ever since freshman year, senior year, this is, the type of season we've wanted to have. We've had a couple downs, but for the most part, we really came together as a team and just played really good football so far, so hope to carry that into the postseason.
With the switch to district scheduling for the regular season, Armstrong didn't play any Class 6A teams this fall. That no doubt hurt them at seeding time. As the number 4 seed in Section 6, the Falcons get a tough draw with another 6-2 team, Woodbury, coming to Plymouth on Friday night.
You know, watching some film and knowing a little bit about them, I'd say they're pretty similar to us as far as what we do on both sides of the ball. You know, more of a spread team and kind of an up-tempo. They like to throw the ball around a little bit, and so defensively, same way. I think it should be a really good first-round game.
In addition to the Armstrong-Woodbury game, Maple Grove hosts Eastview. Our TV game is Farmington at Wayzata. Watch that game tape delayed Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Osseo is at home against White Bear Lake. Champlin Park travels to Stillwater. Totino Grace hosts Shakopee, and Hopkins is at Rosemount. In girls tennis, Wayzata played for a section title on Thursday. The Trojans taking on Delano in the Section 5AA final. Starting with number 1 doubles, Wayzata's Grace Jacobson and Erica Ferguson in the near court. They take the point with good net play and win 6-4, 6-1. First doubles, Delano serving. Wayzata's Haley Bowden and Sydney Stern facing Jackie Dauberg and Steph Almquist. The Trojans take the point and the match 6-4, 6-4. But the Tigers take the rest of the matches. At number 1 singles, Delano's Ginger Valentine's in the near court, and she gets Sam Stevenson running. Valentine wins the match 6-1, 6-3 for the Tigers. Second singles, and Delano's Katie Schlief will come to the net and win the point with a backhand volley as Schlief beats Emily Reisman in 3 sets. Delano wins the match 5-2. While many local girls soccer teams opened the playoffs Thursday night, it was round 2 for teams in Section 5AA. Champlin Park taking on top seed Maple Grove in the semifinals. Long pass from Brianna Johnson to Spring Mannon McMahon for a breakaway chance. McMahon buries it, and Maple Grove takes a 1-0 lead 7 minutes in. Early in the second half, the ball is high in the air after a corner kick, and McMahon gets it to Johnson, who turns and fires to make it 2-0 Maple Grove. A nice pass by Camille Verstraete, and McMahon angles her shot perfectly around the keeper to make it 3-0 Crimson. Champlin Park gets on the board with just under 5 minutes to play as Haley Hargroder sneaks the shot in, but it's not enough as Maple Grove wins 3-1. They'll host Centennial in the section final. Armstrong hosting Hopkins in the quarterfinals in 6AA. The Falcons won in the regular season, but Hopkins gets one. Ashley Aiken's pass gets through, and Chance Douglas knocks it in. Second half, Douglas's crossing pass ends up on the foot of her little sister, Lavin, and she buries it for a 2-0 Hopkins lead. The Falcons cut the lead in half. Haley Hansen with a nice pass to Mariah Haberly, and she drills the shot in to make it 2-1 Royals. And Hopkins, though, goes on to win it 2-1. In boys soccer, Maple Grove moved to Section 8AA this season. They hosted Elk River on a blustery early evening. Garrett Maupin sends a great pass ahead to Ryan DuBois for a partial breakaway. DuBois cuts back to the middle and buries it 6.5 minutes into the game. He adds another for a 2-0 halftime lead. Second half, and DuBois beats 3 defenders here. He heads the ball to himself and then lines up a rocket into the top corner to make it 3-0 Crimson. DuBois is the setup man here as he drops the pass to Juan Mantilla for the goal. Maple Grove rolls to a 4-0 win to move into the semis against Rogers on Saturday night. Like Maple Grove, Wayzata is hoping for a return trip to the state boys soccer tournament. The Trojans hosting Armstrong in Section 6AA. Wayzata goes on the attack. Alex Bracken delivers a crossing pass to Ethan Took, who settles the ball and drills the shot home for a 1-0 Wayzata lead. And they keep attacking. Nice footwork for Tyler Stevens here, and he gets it over to McLean King for the quick shot and goal. And the Trojans take a 2-0 lead into halftime. Second half action, and King will blaze up the left side. He sends a pass across to Took at the far post for the easy tap in that makes it 3-0. Wayzata goes on to a 5-0 win. They play Washburn in the semifinals. So going to be a little cool for soccer Saturday also.
All right. Thank you very much, Jay.
You bet.
Still ahead, introducing you to a different world of art. See what paper and scissors can create when we come back. Well, finally, remarkable works of art done with just a pair of scissors. In our weekend showcase, Neil Persley takes us to Robbinsdale to view paper cutting art.
I started out getting a degree in biology. I've been interested in art all my life. Had my own scientific illustration business. And then I retired from teaching and I started taking classes at the Center for Book Art. I made a book that was all cut paper and I thought, wow, this is really interesting. I really like cutting paper.
And for Andrea Martin, the rest has been history. Her background in biology and ability to illustrate shows through in the meticulous recreation of the details in nature she portrays through positive and negative space in her art.
I studied butterflies primarily for an exhibit that I was doing, and I wanted to cut butterflies.
Her proportion and representation are nearly flawless. Among the eye-catching pieces are the large black and white cuttings of the Tea Party scene from Alice in Wonderland.
This is the largest piece that I've ever done. And we also cut everything out of Tyvek.
Many paper cutting artists are using Tyvek when doing larger pieces for the strength the material gives versus paper.
And I also like to tell stories through the cut paper.
The piece, Congregation, was inspired by a combination of observing birds together on a wire and observing her own cat's behavior watching birds in her backyard. This show at Robbin Gallery is not to be missed.
I want people to appreciate cut paper as an art form. I also want people to take away the beauty in nature or the little surprises that you might see in nature when you're not looking for them.
For Weekend Showcase, I'm Neil Persley, 12 News.
Andrea also offers classes on cutting paper. Her work will be on display at the Robbin Gallery through October 24th. And it makes you want to take another look at it and say, what is, see where the paper's cut.
Really incredible stuff there.
Yeah.
It was a lot more interesting than it first sounded. I mean, it was great
Cutting
stuff.
paper and beautiful artwork. It's amazing. That's it for now. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone.
Community Corner is coming up next.